TikTok has just suffered from a case of mass delusion because apparently there should have been millions of people who should have been raptured by now.
Guys, I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had it for 5 years. They're taking it. No, this is my baby, man. This has been my baby for years. 5 years. But she's gonna go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home to where my Father in heaven is. I'm catching a flight to heaven in September anyway. I won't need the car.
Okay, can someone genuinely answer this question for me? If the rapture was coming tomorrow, like the rumor said, why would the first thing that you do in response to this news is get your car taken from you after 5 years of ownership? Like, if the world truly was about to end within the next day or two, wouldn't you want to enjoy riding in your car for as long as you possibly could before the time came for you to get raptured? I don't know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I've never been raptured after all. But now that the deadline has passed and every single person who was talking about the rapture is still here, how exactly do you think you're gonna get your car back and get yourself to work? Oh! Then, in another video, someone's neighbor was doing what appeared to be throwing all of their expensive furniture away that has belonged to them for years by dumping everything they own onto the sidewalk, including a lamp from 1969 that's worth over $2,000. Now, where was this proof that millions of people were about to get raptured? Like, where were you guys even hearing about this? I'm hearing that people are panicking about the rapture, but I'm not seeing anything about the rapture itself. And upon hearing news about the rapture, why did that suddenly trigger so many people to start panic throwing their personal items away on such a large scale? Here's what I'm thinking if I'm about to be raptured. I'm not even going to bother trying to purge my house of things that I own. Because if I'm being raptured, then so are most people on planet Earth. So if I'm gone, that means a lot of people are too. Which means there is literally no point of giving anything that I own away if there's a high chance that nobody will be there to own it. The hardest part about knowing that Jesus is coming back soon is that I don't get to be her mum in heaven. Does anyone else feel like this? Why would your baby not be going with you? Why would you think that your baby would be left behind while you're getting raptured? How does that make any sense? If you as the mother is going, then I'm pretty sure that your newborn baby would be going with you because there is no cherry picking in that regard. That is your child that you just gave birth to. So I guess my question is, why would you not be your baby's mother in heaven if your baby did go with you? Like, if you were wrong and you did both get in, is that not still your baby whether or not you're on Earth? I'm confused.
Okay, I'm literally about to crash out. I've been on Rapture Tok for like the past, I don't know, hour. First of all, are we not scared? Come on. To think that if the rapture is happening, if the rapture is gonna happen in a few days when they say it's gonna happen, that means I only have a few days left with my kids. Like, what if you really did only have a few days left with your kids? Oh my gosh, I'm literally crashing out right now. What the fuck, dude?
See, this is what's confusing me, right? I don't know why people were this convinced that the rapture was going to happen when all of their information was coming from a very small subsection on a short form video app called Rapture Tok. Like, is that just not red flag number one? As a millennial, you were taught very quickly when you were introduced to the internet to not believe everything that you see on the internet. So why are we completely ignoring this rule now? And also, how are you fully believing that you're going to be raptured and that you only have a limited amount of time left with your children? Based off of scrolling on TikTok for an hour. She literally said that in her video. That is not healthy.
My husband wanted me to request off work for September 23rd. So I requested off and it was denied. And I wasn't stressing about it. But Thursday in the car, I prayed and I asked God, whenever the rapture happens, can you please just arrange things where I can be home with my family when it happens? About 4 hours later, I was fired. And I was fired for something that has been going on for over 6 months, but suddenly became a problem now. Instead of being upset about not having a job, all I felt was peace. It was just another confirmation.
So she was a teacher, but she lost her job, which she took as a sign that the rapture truly was coming. But she seems to be glossing over the fact that she was involved in an ongoing issue that had been going on for 6 months. She wasn't just fired on a whim. There was clearly a long-standing issue that had been present beforehand. And I feel like that is important to mention. If there's an ongoing issue with an employee at your work, then said employee asks for paid time off for no apparent reason, but the rapture, and a couple of hours later, they're fired. That is not a bizarre string of events. That must be confirmation. That sounds like a very realistic and understandable sequence of events. She was not fired to prepare for the rapture with her family at home. And this is why I have such a huge problem with whatever Rapture Tok is. POV, your school brings you outside during class for the rapture so that the ceiling doesn't prevent us from going out. And it looks like an entire class, if not 2 full classes of kids standing outside waiting around in anxiety. So these kids were getting told to stand outside and wait for them, like, because they might lose their lives? That is genuinely disturbing. Kids would be feeling scared. They'd be feeling confused. They'd be wanting to call their parents just to see what's going on. All of that being caused by a few TikToks about the rapture? That is crazy! If these teachers don't let these damn kids just go back to class so that they can finish up their work before going home so that they don't have to pick it back up again tomorrow because it could have been finished the day they were outside at school waiting to be raptured? Oh my god. Put those kids back on their desks. Really?
Adopting the exact same measures.
I said, if you don't see me, if something happens, we meet in the
We're
clouds.
closer to the sea. We have an ocean.
You try to get there.
You're right there.
Be mindful. And I'll pick you up at 2:30 today, okay?
Can't be doing that.
Can you imagine that the rapture was actually about to happen and that your mother is telling you to meet her in the clouds? Like, she literally believes that this is her final day on earth and she still drops you off at school? Why are y'all giving your kids anxiety like this so that they feel uneasy while sitting in class all day? Because if they're not going to be raptured, then their mum's going to be raptured. Someone's getting raptured, so of course they're going to be feeling scared and can't focus on their work. Especially when you insinuate that they might not go with you for whatever reason. Like, what did your daughter do to not go with you during the rapture? Like, you know what I mean? And then it makes them feel confused and looking back like, what did I do? Why can't I go with my mom? I feel so bad for them, dude, honestly.
Forget to unlock your phone. If you are a pre-tribber like myself and you truly believe that Jesus is going to come and rapture his church here possibly within the next week, if not any day now, don't forget to unlock your phone, because I know a lot of people are writing letters or maybe even just doing things on their phone, like in the notes and whatever. Unlock your phone. Like, I couldn't do that because I have bills to pay. I still need that information. So I just wrote my phone, my code on a piece of paper with a little message, and I took a picture of it and I made that the screensaver on my phone. Just do all of that. Have your stuff ready, because if we do get raptured, which I wholeheartedly believe that is going to happen, just don't forget unlock your phone, especially if you're doing, because I'm having notes on my phone. Of course, there's like pictures, like screenshots of things. And I've also been downloading videos that I think would be very helpful for people to explain God's word and explain what is happening and what is going on.
Okay, firstly, if the rapture was truly happening, right? Why on earth would you still care about paying your bills? Your internet or your electricity should be at the very least of your concerns during that time. So why are you telling people what to do if you're not going to do it yourself? I'm not taking my passcode off of my phone before the rapture because I have bills to pay. That is the most dystopian sentence that I have ever heard come out of the mouth of a human being.
Bruh.
Secondly, I feel like too many people posting videos like this on Rapture Tok just think the rest of humanity has worms for brains. Because she's saying she's gonna leave the passcode to her iPhone on her lock screen so that when we all find her phone, we can access the information that she has in there waiting for us. Like her phone specifically we need in this situation, as she's left videos explaining what's happened. Like, y'all haven't stopped uploading videos about the rapture for the past 72 hours. So if the rapture was actually going on, everybody would know what was going on because of your guys' non-stop videos about it. But also, the main character syndrome here needs to be studied. Whatever screenshots you may have on your puny little handheld device means absolutely nothing if the rapture was actually happening. Like, nobody in the middle of all of this chaos is saying, guys, I know you're confused, okay? I know you're scared, but don't worry. I have just the answer that we need. This random lady in the United States left her phone behind for us with pictures on that phone. She will save us. Like, come on. If the rapture was actually happening and there were people being left behind, I'm sure there would be much, much bigger concerns than trying to look for your phone specifically.
What on earth is going to happen on September the 23rd? Now, there's been a lot of predictions about the return of Jesus, the beginning of the tribulation, but there's actually been some predictive programming that's been going on for 40 years. Here's just a little taste of that. Since the 80s, Ghostbusters, even a Big Bang Theory episode in the 2010s.
Could you imagine trying to prove that something earth-shattering was about to happen to mankind, and your only sources to prove this are Ghostbusters movies and the Big Bang Theory TV show? Guys, so many people are about to start floating up into the clouds. And why do I know this? Because of a supernatural comedy from the 80s made for families and a sitcom about nerds. They told me. They told me. Like, we cannot be serious right now.
I promise. I'm not laughing at, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's beliefs or anything like that. But I'm driving Uber, right? And so I had no idea that the rapture was coming. And so I picked up this couple from church and they get in my car and, they're weeping. And I'm like, hey, hi, how you doing? Whatever, is everything okay? Because I saw like they were like, not like hysterically crying, but they were like emotional, right? And so I'm like, hey, is everything okay? They were like, yeah, the Lord is coming back. Jesus is coming back tomorrow. And I was like, wait, like tomorrow? They were like, yeah, I think it's like between the 23rd and the 24th. I was like, okay. They're like, well, how are you? Is everything okay in your life? Like, we're trying to donate our money because we're not going to be here. The Lord is coming back and we're going to leave and there's still going to be people here on earth and things are going to change. So how are you doing? Okay, well, we were praying and we were all in church and the pastor, he agreed that, the Lord is coming back. And I'm thinking to myself, like, did he agree that the Lord is coming back or did he agree that the Lord is coming back within the next 2 or 3 days? They were like, we were just praying because we have all this money. We want to give it away. So they give me like this bundle. So it's like a bundle full of cash. Now, keep in mind, in this bundle, there's even coins in it because it was like in this like cup thingy or whatever. So there's even like euros and I see some Canadian money in here. So there's dollars, there's hundreds, there's 20s, there's fives. Like there's all the denominations inside of this. So I have yet to count it up. So I'm going to count it up and come back. Hold on. Okay, so I counted the money. It turned out to be $1,915 and some change. I didn't count all the change. It was probably more.
I guess my only question here would be, if the rapture was happening, why would you then start giving random strangers thousands of dollars? Like, this would be a life-changing event where we would possibly be losing millions, if not tens of millions of people from our global population. The world would quite literally never be the same after a gargantuan event like this. Do you know how that would impact us? And yet you're still giving your money away to people who might need it after you've been raptured? Money won't mean anything anymore. A number of people, upwards of hundreds of millions of people, would have just died, basically. And there are people being left behind. Not everyone's going. So, and people will be questioning, why? Why am I here? Why are they going up? Is something gonna happen down here? Are we in danger? What's next? Literal chaos and mayhem probably would ensue immediately. What the hell is $2,000 gonna do for someone in a situation like that?
So yesterday I posted a video asking, what are we doing to prepare our homes as Christians for the people who are left behind? So like, here's my little list. And then I went ahead and did these and I laminated them. I did a letter to people, and I'm gonna leave it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with most of this stuff. So I told you guys that every day I'm doing something to prep my home for whoever is here after the rapture. So let me show you what I did today. So it's just like a little flow chart. These are things like based on, you can't really see, but based on the, versus the seals or trumpets, this is what you need to be doing to prepare. And then this one goes over what is happening, what they can expect, and then also like prepping. Hey guys, all right. What did I do today to prepare my home for the people that are left behind? Let me show you. I got these at the Dollar Tree. I just wrote these on here, like little notes. I also bookmarked some scriptures. There's the scriptures for you. And I wrote this in every single one of the books.
This is just another example of pure main character syndrome at its absolute peak. Just like the woman who left her passcode to her phone as her background, this lady seems to be gathering a truckload of information for the rest of us to learn from when she's no longer here after being raptured. Because apparently to these people, we would just be headless chickens who'd be absolutely clueless without them and wouldn't be able to survive and thrive for hundreds and thousands of years to come without their endless lists and letters like it's a freaking Bethesda RPG. Like, leaving a list behind of items that you have available in your home, like medicine, candles, your basement password, where you store your ammunition, your debit card information, and the code to your front door, the entry to your literal house, all because of a TikTok rumor, legitimately boggles my mind. You're making this sound like it's gonna be The Walking Dead, and yet we'll need your money in a situation like that. If I need ammunition and your weapons, I'm not gonna need your money, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but this is just y'all playing out your fantasies in real time. Some of y'all just want to be Rick Grimes, like, honestly. Also, writing a letter to people who haven't been raptured and you start it with, if you're reading this, I'm no longer here, is just unfathomably disturbing, because you are here still. Nobody got raptured. So what do you even do with yourself after preparing like this so hard? All for nothing. Like, that genuinely cannot be good for the mind or for your emotions. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!